As I said in my review of the new Audi A1 back in whenever it was this year, the previous generation didn't really blow me away. I was never like, ooh, I'd love an Audi A1. I always wanted the A3. I always wanted like the bigger car. But I'm so thrilled to say that this second generation is a completely different car for me. Like, it's more mature, it's more grown up, which I realize now is the same thing. I've just said that twice then. But it just somehow has a more like a bigger car feel to it. It looks so much better as well. It actually has changed, so it's not so like blobby and bubbledy, if you will. It's not so cutesy anymore. It's now like an actual premium looking hatchback, which I love. The boot is even bigger. You've now got 335 litres of space, which is always something that I look for. We know this. So you can also now get a lot more tech in your A1, optionally, of course. But you've got like Audi's virtual cockpit. You've got also the Audi's like phone box, which you get like the charger and everything. If you actually opt for the technology package, which comes in at just under 10,000 Rand, you get all these sort of things and a little bit more. So in fact, Audi, they've got 5 packages from you to choose from so that you don't have like lists of optional extras to go through, which I love because it just keeps things so much more simple. Little Taylor. You found me. I knew you were trouble when you walked in. It's a shame on me now. Places I've never been. I'm going to crit something here though, and it's the seats, okay? So the previous generation didn't exactly have the most comfortable seats. They said they've added some more cushioning and stuff. Ooh, but they're still hella firm, hey? It's like it's a very non-squishy seat, especially in the back as well. So that's like a big criticism for me. So you have 3 derivatives to choose from. You've got the 30 TFSI, the 35 TFSI, and what I'm driving is the 40 TFSI, which is like the flagship Audi A1. It's like the one, the only, but still not the one I would buy. I'll tell you now why. So I know like the naming is a little bit confusing, confuses me too sometimes. So it's all in the engine and the power, etc. Trouble, trouble, trouble. You drown me, you drown me, you drown me. This engine is the same as you'd find in the Polo GTI, which is a much loved engine. It's the turbocharged 2-litre 4-cylinder engine. This gets you 147 kilowatts of power and 320 newton meters of torque. Now, this car is really fun and really engaging to drive. The engine is obviously super fun, gives you a little bit of play. Where I'm not hugely fond of it is sitting in traffic in this car, mated to this automatic or this DSG, is that it kind of does a jerk vibe, and so every time you stop and take off, there's a lot of that's going on in traffic, and that would drive me batshit crazy. So like cruising, amazing, but just sort of around town and everything, it's a very firm ride. Yes, it's got that sporty element, but it's not a sport, it's not an A1 Sport or anything. So I also just don't know if I'd spend the extra money, because obviously a Polo GTI is going to come in cheaper for obvious reasons, okay? One, you get more spec, obviously, in the GTI. It's also made locally. This A1 is imported from Spain. So there's a host of reasons as to why you're going to pay more for the for the A1. But this comes in at like 488,000 Rand, and you can get the Polo GTI for almost 100,000 Rand less than that. So I guess it's what you're after. I would, in my very wise opinion, I would go for an Audi A1, but just not the 40 TFSI. I would go for like the 35 TFSI, I think, because that's like the all-rounder. Here's like a quick free advice, okay? If you're at the robots or traffic lights and you're waiting there and you've got someone in front of you, you're allowed to give them like a second or two before you hoot at them when it goes green. I have been guilty of this. I do hoot at people. I'm like, come on, let's go. But because, I'm a little bit impatient. But it's a little bit ridiculous sometimes, because I'll be in gear waiting to goes green. And as I put my foot down, maybe the car I'm driving has a little bit of a lag and I've got some punk behind me hooting. And I'm like, come the hell on, Jeez. So Just be a little bit more patient, people. That's the key. I hate it when it goes quiet on a reverse.